Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking back in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button, that subscribe button, anyway, and I appreciate all the support. Your boy is in Phoenix right now, man. So salute to everybody in Phoenix. I want to shoot this quick video before I lose too much light, man. It's getting dark. That's why I'm sitting in the van right now with the light on. A couple things real quick. We know we got 2 battle rap events this weekend. We got Shotgun Sugar events. Y'all make sure y'all support urltv.tv if you want to order the app. If you want to order from the app, $40 if you are an app subscriber, $50 if you are not an app subscriber. So you got that. You also got the URL event going down this weekend, Hollow the Don versus JC, and a whole cast of people on that joint. So we're gonna talk about that in a minute, but that's also going on this weekend. And I'm also been going live lately on YouTube, man, just tapping in with the fans. So if you ever want to ask some questions or whatever the case may be, tap into some of my random lives I might start doing here or there on the road, and we can just have some fun, talk ish for about 30 minutes or whatever. One thing I do want to piggyback on. I had the last live was about Eazy, or it turned into an Eazy kind of live because somebody asked me that I feel like, was he ducking his class? You know what I'm saying? And I've already talked about this, but I want to reiterate this point, about him ducking his class. I kind of feel like no matter which way he would have went, people would have still felt like he needed to show more. Just like y'all feel like he need to show more now. Like, oh, he hasn't battled Luke Castro, Real Sick, Swamp. He hasn't battled Jerry West, people like that. If he would have battled those people early on, then the narrative would have been, in my opinion, a little bit different. He would have battled those people. Let's just say he was 3-1 or whatever versus Real Sick, Swamp, Jerry West, and Luke Castro. Everybody would have been like, yo, he's doing well, but they would be like, yo, you ain't battled Goods, you ain't battled Calico, you ain't battled Surf, you ain't battled Rock. So until you battle those names, you're not really stamped really in battle rap as well as you want to be. So he's not a new battler. He's been around for a while, and he was never getting those kind of names. He was always getting up-and-comers anyway. So, he gets the URL, he does his thing, they give him a lot of battles. I'm not necessarily mad that he's not battling people in his class, because he actually surpassed his class. So, yeah, do I think a Real Sick battle will be a challenge for him? Absolutely. I think it'll be a challenge for him. But I'm not mad that he's not battling those people. And this is a thing that I wanted to reiterate that I said on the live the other day. I said, URL will pay you a different price depending on who you battling. So his last battle on URL was probably, Calico or something like that? Whatever price he got for Calico, let's just say it was $20,000. URL would never give him $20,000 to battle those guys. I'm talking about around that time. URL would have never gave him that. So he wouldn't have been able to get $20,000 with Cal, $20,000 with Goods, you know what I'm saying? And then turn around and get $20,000 with Luke Castro, Jerry West, Don Marino, Real Sick, Ace Amin, Fonz. They're not going to pay him that kind of money to battle those people. So his pay would have went down. URL would have tried to lowball him based on the competition. They'd have been like, oh, you only battling Fonz, so we're going to pay you $10,000 instead of $20,000. So the bigger names also come a bigger price tag. So once you get to like $20,000 or whatever, which I did hear that was the kind of money he was making on URL, you don't want to go back down, bro. You feel like every time I battle, I win. Every time I battle, it's a movie. Every time I battle, it's going crazy on caffeine. The last thing I'm going to do is go battle Fonz and get $10,000. So URL would have never paid him the kind of money he demanded at that time to battle down. And that's one thing you got to realize right now. If you Calico and you go to RBE and like Calico just booked, RBE just booked Calico and Goods. I don't know what ARP paid for that battle. But whatever he paid, he's not gonna want to pay that. You remember Show Off was trying to battle Calico for a while? He's not gonna want to pay that same money he paid for Goods for Show Off. So that's the thing, when you battle, when you get to a lot of your competition also comes with your price tag. So everybody wants him to battle all of these lesser names, but the money is not going to be there. So that's part of the reason why it's hard for me to be mad at who he's battling, because I know no league is going to pay him $20,000 to battle Jerry West. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So as much as I would love to see Jerry West versus Eazy, nobody's going to pay what he commands right now for that battle. So those battlers have to catch up with him and pay. And unfortunately, there's no more caffeine. It's probably going to be hard for them guys to do it. So that's pretty much how I feel about that situation. It's hard for me to say he's ducking. It kind of just feels like nobody's gonna give him the kind of money to battle those guys. So, but I do think he did say he would battle Swamp. So I do think Swamp is somebody he would battle, and we'll see. Like, you know, Real Sick and all them niggas kind of attached to URL, so they probably won't battle Eazy. But maybe Swamp probably will. I want to say that Murder Mook did an interview. This is what Mook said on his interview, bro. Let me play this for y'all, because this is what he said.
Into the business now of bossing my ass boys or using my brand to attach to something that I'm not gonna be able to have forever equity in it. I'm not gonna, if my residuals not gonna be forever from it, I don't really wanna, I'm not gonna do it. You understand? He would have owned everything.
But all leagues own everything.
No, they don't. Nah, okay. Not with me. Not with me.
Ah, okay.
Not with me. That's why I don't want to get too much into like how I do my business.
Yes,
but,
yes.
But listen, it's
all right. So when I first heard that, I was really gonna go off on Mook in his blog, and I actually called his manager because I was trying to find. I was like, "Yo, Mook talking crazy in this interview," and I don't know. You probably don't know. He probably just doing an interview, and he was like, "What did he say?" Da 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 da. So I do have a lot of clarity on why he doesn't want to do the battle on Bags and Bodies. And I told his manager, I said, one of Mook's biggest problems and one of you all's biggest problems is that when Hitman asked y'all about the battle, y'all just said, yo, just give me 50%. And I said, y'all probably thought he wasn't going to do it, and then he did it. And then y'all like, oh, hold on. There's probably some more stuff we want. So I said, there you go already with an inconsistency. He offered you the 50%, and then it's like, whoa. What we going to do with the footage? What we going to do with this? Now you want all this other stuff. I said, so if Mook don't want to battle on Bags and Bodies, why is he even entertaining Hitman? He was like, well, you know, it's a lot of things that questions he got about that. He said, but he said, I can't lie, Hitman gave us a great offer. So at the end of the day, you're gonna listen. So what this basically boils down to, man, is I do feel like a lot of this is ego at the end of the day, because Mook has kind of done multiple interviews and he's kind of said, well, you know, we can do Splings 50-50. Then it was like, you know, we both got to pay for everything together, and he gonna book his people and I'm gonna book my people. Remember, he did an interview like, oh, if he, what you think? You think I'm not gonna want Rex on the card? You think I'm not gonna want Sean on the card? So my thing is, why are you even saying this if you don't even want to battle on Bags and Bodies? So I'm trying to get into the meat and potatoes on why he doesn't want to battle, because when you say I don't want to build up another company, then you go to Calico's league and you build up that company, and you don't own URL and you don't own RBE, you don't even have a league. So every place you go, you're building up somebody else's brand. So I'm like, okay, like Black Mafia Battle League is newer than Hitman joint. So I said that's another league that you building up. And one of the issues with why they didn't do the battle, that I started to understand it a little bit more on why he didn't want to do the battle on Bags and Bodies. He was like, Hitman and Mook's energy is so bad, at least it was around that time, that you never know from a security standpoint, you never really know how the battle would turn out. One, the battle needs to finish, the battle needs to complete, everybody needs to be safe. You know, there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of SMD it's a lot of, you know, tweets about, you know, say this when I see you kind of stuff. So he said, we got to make sure the energy is right. The second thing is, they don't like each other. He said, when you don't like each other, it's hard for us to trust that the business is going to be right. Is Mook going to get all his money? Are we going to know the total amount of the pay-per-view sold? Are we going to know this or that? He said, we just don't have a trust in Hitman, and we don't really enough trust because they don't really vibe with each other. So it's hard to be like, oh, you know, Hitman's my boy, he wouldn't do me like that, or Hitman's this. So he said it needs to be a mediator league to kind of do this, because they're at two opposite ends of the spectrum on how they feel about each other. So you're putting all of this trust in Hitman if you do the battle on Bags and Bodies, that he owns the footage, he owns the channel, he owns this. So we gotta just trust that he's doing a pay-per-view thing. So we gotta trust that. That does kind of make sense to me. If you don't F with somebody, then it's hard to do business with them, and it's hard to trust them, especially when you're splitting a pay-per-view. Now, I spoke to Hitman off camera, and He told me that if the situation was reversed, he wouldn't give a fuck. He said, I battle on Mook League, I battle on the Riot, I battle. He said, I don't care. If I tell them I want $150,000 for Mook and they come with that money, I'm going to battle him wherever. And I'm going to get him to say it on camera. I'm going to get him to say it on camera because I think that's an interesting point. He said, I do not care where I battle Mook at. I'm Hitman, and at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I'm still me when I leave the venue. If you got that bread, I'm showing up. So Hitman doesn't seem to matter where they battle at. So that seems to be a big thing as well. Now, when I see an interview like this that says, well, I don't want to build up another league, and you know, and Uncle Rod saying, well, every league owns the footage, you know, and he was like, well, not in Murder Mook's business. Like, Mook isn't being honest there. You know what I'm saying? And I told his manager that, like he's not being honest. Like, you don't own any footage, bro. Like, I don't know why you're saying this. If I call ARP right now and say, yo, does Mook own any part of that Big K battle? He's gonna tell me no. He is absolutely going to tell me no. And you're not gonna tell me that he owns anything with URL either. Because if he did, bro, every one of his battles would be on YouTube right now. You think Reed Dollars wouldn't be on YouTube? You think Twerk wouldn't be on YouTube? You think Geechee Gotti wouldn't be on YouTube? Why is him and Tay-Rock the only battle on YouTube if he has different business and part ownership of the footage? So that kind of doesn't really, like, bro, you don't know. And another thing, how do you know the value of your battle if you don't know the app statistics? Meaning you don't know how many subscribers, you don't know how many views they're getting on that battle, except what they show you. You don't know nothing about the app. Like what money is generating, how much money URL is making. Did they subscribers go up when they put the battle on the app? Did it go down when they put the battle on the app? You don't necessarily know. And don't tell me URL let you in on that, because I don't believe that they did that at all. So that part of the interview, when he said that, like, oh, not in Murder Mook business, do not act like you have some separate ownership of battles with these leagues, because you don't. Maybe Calico gave you a deal that's different than other people. Calico's your boy. I understand why you battling over there, all this kind of stuff. But that battle is probably going to live on Body Bag and BMF Battle League. So at the end of the day, I don't really know how you own that. But maybe you just wanted to look out for Calico. Calico's your man. Whatever, y'all niggas and fought together, all kind of stuff. I get it. Y'all probably like family at this point. But don't tell me with URL. Don't tell me with RBE. And do not tell me that with Total Slaughter, do not tell me that you own any of the footage. Cause I'm not buying it. I'm not believing it. And URL ain't about to do it. So that's just one thing I want to put out there. Another thing, Hitman did an interview saying that they tried to do a pay-per-view deal with URL, and URL didn't want to do it. I'm actually not mad URL didn't do a pay-per-view deal. I kind of understand it, even though I do think that you can make money on a Hitman and Mook battle. I do think you can make money, but I get it. URL is trying to bring the prices down. Smack is doing interviews talking about there's no money in battle rap. So how is there no money in battle rap if you booking Murder Mook and Hitman on a pay-per-view deal? If that's the case, then every single artist that is considered a draw would just want a pay-per-view deal. They'll go to URL and be like, yo, I want to battle. URL will offer them $15,000. They'll say, I want $25,000. And URL will say, I don't got it. And they'll say, we'll do a pay-per-view deal. And pay-per-view deals open another can of worms. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about this later in another blog. But it opens another can of worms. So, and it's not a business model that URL does. So I get it. They don't want to change their business model just for Hitman and Mook. I get it. I kind of understand that. And plus, if you do a pay-per-view deal, maybe you'll ask for more money, even more money, because you'll feel like, oh, the pay-per-view is going to go super crazy. So now I even want more money. So I think URL ain't even trying to go down that rabbit hole, because they like, yo, that's just a point of no return. We ain't going to never be able to get these prices back down. And let's be real, they ain't really been no battles worth $100,000. I ain't seen no battles. Loaded Lux had a great performance. Rum Nitty had a great performance. I give you that, but it's hard for me to argue that battles are worth anything more than about 20 or 30,000 these days. A lot of these battles are oversaturated, and the battles aren't that crazy. So I don't even see how why would URL pay someone $50,000 for a battle? It ain't even no $50,000 good battles out there. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all put in the comment section some battles that were worth $40,000 or $50,000 where you like, oh, this was a fire battle. I don't feel like the money has matched the battles lately, especially if you're talking about that kind of money. So I just want to put that out there. But do I think they could make money? Yeah, I think Hitman and Mook is a crazy draw, and you can make money on the thing. I just feel like when Smack say he don't want to entertain those kind of battles, I don't get the sense that he feels he can't make money with them. I get the sense that he feel like, yo, once I go there, my nigga, that shit over with. Once I go there, I'm never gonna be able to go back. I'm never gonna be able to get these prices down. I'm never gonna be able to kind of get these niggas to kind of see the light of day. Let me go over this URL card real quick before I get out of here. We got Hustle and Fonz. BBL Hustle versus Fonz. Oh man, I joke a lot about this prep shit, and I do feel like she be having motherfuckers right for her, so I'm gonna stand on that. But at the end of the day, that shit be cooking in them battles though. Like that shit really be cooking. I really feel like this gonna be an interesting battle. I'm never gonna pick BBL Hustle to win a battle, so I'm gonna go with Fonz to win this battle. But I feel like that could be a good battle, to be real with you. But that's how I feel about that. T-Top and Jerry West, I really, really like this battle a lot, but it's in Raleigh, North Carolina. I do not think Jerry West can go down there and beat T-Top in his backyard. T-Top live in Raleigh, North Carolina right now, and you saw what happened when he battled Mike P down there on another card. So that homecoming shit, that shit right up his alley, bro. That shit is right up his alley. Real quick, let me just say this, because there's no North Carolina niggas on this card, even though it's in North Carolina. And this is what I mean when I say building relationships. Now, I know you don't fuck with some people, you don't rock with some people, you're not cool with some people, but there are people that have fan bases, like Bad News, North Carolina, Riggs, North Carolina, Nun, North Carolina. To me, it would have been a good nostalgia feel if you had like an undercard and you invited all of those niggas back and you had them battle. You had Riggs battle, you had Bad News battle, you have Nun battle. You have all of them battle in North Carolina. I think that would have been dope. And this is sometimes where I be feeling like URL dropped the ball, because they don't really think outside the box. And I tell you all the time, I can't blog and fix y'all shit either. I cannot blog and fix y'all shit. So y'all don't rock with Bad News too much. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe y'all rock with him a little bit. But I know he's going through stuff with it, with his dad just passed away. Y'all don't rock with Nun, or Nun quit. But Nun would come back and battle. He just battled not too long ago. So if you say, yo, we got a battle in your backyard, he'll battle, especially if you gave him a decent opponent. And I know you don't fuck with Riggs, because Riggs was battling in the trenches. But this is why you got to get rid of politics, bro. You have to get out of your effing feelings and get rid of politics. When you get rid of politics, this would actually be there's 5 battles on this card, and they good battles. But if they stretch it to like 6 or 7, and you had Riggs, Nun, Bad News, people like that battle, hell, they can battle each other. Hell, if you had people like that battle, it would be fire. It would definitely be fire. There's a lot of North Carolina talent, niggas that came up and all this. It's a lot of North Carolina talent. It's a whole movement. Now you got a lot of niggas that just coming out to support and paying money and want to see it. And that's how URL get the fans back. They be going to niggas city. They don't even be booking these niggas that live around the corner sometimes. I'm just like, yo, I get it. T-Top is there, but you should have those guys on there. You can't be mad at Riggs battle on the trenches. Y'all not booking them. You can't be mad at Bad News is battling or took the, whatever. I don't even know if you mad at Bad News. I'm just saying you can't be mad at Nun Eric Smack out. Like, that's how he feel. Like, he obviously is disgruntled. He not the only disgruntled person that was disgruntled and battled on URL again. So clearly he got issues with P. He don't like the way he's getting booked. He's doing all of these battles, and he don't feel like he's getting recognition. So you add a little nostalgia and you bring him back. But this is where they dropped the ball. This is where they dropped the ball in North Carolina. Like, there's a lot of cities with little movements and shit. Tay-Rock and Chef Trez, I don't think Tay-Rock is going to go crazy with the rounds. Trez is somebody he fuck with, so I don't see him like ODing on the rounds and stuff like that. I think it'll be probably more of a fair battle, but I'm going with Trez. I'm going to go with Trez. I think Rock is just battling too much, man. I kind of think like Trez will probably get him in this battle. You know what I'm saying? Rum Nitty and Real Sick. I'm going with the Alien. I like Real Sick. He's cool and everything, but just beat Charlie Clips. So he do be winning battles and stuff, but I still feel like Rum Nitty is just, he hard to bet against, man. He definitely hard to bet against. So I'm going to go with him, and I think that crowd going to love him and fuck with him. Hollow the Don versus JC. Now this is an interesting battle because JC can sometimes be a little bit boring in how he in just his, because he really don't do much other than just bars, and he the main event. So this means it's gonna be like probably the last battle of the night. He's gonna have to pick up the crowd and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes just spitting bars don't do that. Hollow can get in a different kind of bag, get a little funny. Hollow just put a little. Let me see if I can find it. It was on Twitter. I don't even know. He put a little promo video up. Let me see if I can find it. Hollow. Okay, here it go. Let me see.
I've been saying that. Chillin' with this chick named Time Delay. Was a hot girl, and everybody wanted her. Cause she wasn't fond of players, only wanted ballers. I was on 125 and St. Nick. Chillin' with this chick named Time Delay. Was a hot girl, and everybody wanted her.
Let me stop, for this shit don't even monetize playing that goddamn video. They didn't be like, yo, but he basically got Diddy rapping, and the nigga that's in the back is fucking. This shit crazy. The nigga that's in the back is JC. He got JC dancing. That's crazy. So he got JC dancing. So that's the dance video. I ain't mad at the promo. So I mean, he could kind of get in his bag and make it funny. JC gotta win one of these big battles sooner or later. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna act like he don't win big battles, but you know what I'm saying? You dropped the surf battle. This is the next opportunity to battle somebody. I got JC winning. He just been more consistent, and he's just a better rapper at this time than Hollow, in my opinion. So I got JC winning the battle, and that is the entire card, man. Salute to everybody. Subscribe to the channel. F with your boy. We'll be back, you know what I'm saying, after probably the Suge joint. Talk a little ish. Holla at your boy.